Russian mobsters have been at it again, infiltrating the economy and government institutions in the West, washing away all obstacles with a sea of dirty money. Only this time, they've been caught. The Mob Reporter here with news of a 7-year corruption and money laundering probe rooting out a high-level criminal operation of Russian-backed mobsters targeting Spain. And it isn't just old-school gangsters getting nailed. Lawyers, politicians, civil servants, businessmen, and hackers are all taking their share of the heat. Let me tell you about it. Police call it a large Russian-speaking, high-risk organized crime network. Its sphere of operation was wide, across Europe, South America, and the United States. Their activities include murder, money laundering, and the big three of trafficking: arms, drugs, and people. The profits from this criminal activity around the globe was laundered through the network built in Spain. Here's how they did it. The mobsters let their money do the talking. Using a philanthropic overture, meaning donations, bribes, and opportunities for personal profit, they first caught the attention of officials and then penetrated the administration of public institutions. Once on the inside, they used and abused their position and their connections to aid criminal ventures and protect them, police allege. The admissions from law enforcement on this file are unusually frank. The infiltration, quote, enabled the network to carry out their business with impunity, overcome legal obstacles, and receive a series of administrative favors, including protection from police and judicial investigations for the clients of the criminal organization, unquote. There's a lot there, and it's an incredibly damning admission. Investigators also didn't dance around who they were dealing with. Directly saying that among those involved at the highest level of the criminal network were vors. The Vorivitsakunye is the Russian name for these mobsters. It translates as thieves in law. They are the criminal authorities of the Russian underworld, and in all the countries of the former Soviet Union. The vors share similarities in underworld stature with the true made men of the mafia clans of Italy, although they have a distinct history and culture. The vors' operational capacity in Spain was boosted through the classic force multipliers of lawyers, civil servants, politicians, business people, and even hackers. The network contacted people in these positions, dangling investment projects. Among the vors' targets were the tourism and real estate sectors along Spain's Alicante coast and one of Europe's tourist hotspots, the Spanish island of Ibiza in the Mediterranean Sea. It's renowned for its nightlife, club scene, and music festivals. If you have any interest in electronic dance music, you'll know it. The mobsters were trying to buy one of the prime nightclubs on the island and to control a portion of the nightlife, hospitality, leisure, catering, and real estate sectors, which are all cash-heavy industries and are often linked to drug sales. A constant and systematic flow of dirty foreign capital moved into Spain, washed over any objections, using bribes, influence peddling, and corruption, police say. There was such infiltration of the upper world by members of the underworld that the investigators worked in constant fear their probe would be leaked. The investigation was done in secret, even within the confines of the police. Spain's federal police agency, Policia Nacional, in cooperation with Europol, the joint European police agency, worked the investigation as a high-priority target for years. It's the largest probe of Eastern European crime gangs in more than a decade in Spain. The raids were announced on December 14, 2020. In numbers, here is how it tallied. There were 23 arrests. 18 addresses were raided, including at least one law office. 10 guns were seized, including a sniper rifle with a silencer and what officers called combat rifles. 23 properties were seized, 16 high-end vehicles, diamonds, and several cryptocurrency wallets were also seized, along with a relatively paltry 300,000 euros and $35,000 in cash. Bank accounts and real estate worth millions of euros were also blocked. Police say that among those arrested are top managers of the organization. In an official statement from the National Police, they said the gangsters had created a perfect infiltration of the state apparatus. That's a remarkable statement. Officials in the West usually downplay the role of corruption when mobsters are arrested or exposed. They like to portray corruption as a thing in Latin America, Africa, or Eastern Europe, but not in the well-functioning political machinery of the West. Most of us probably know better. There simply can be no truly successful underworld in developed democratic nations without the cooperation or acquiescence of members of the upper world. In the end, the most surprising element of this impressive Spanish probe is not so much that they caught the gangsters doing what gangsters always do, it's that they openly admit how they did it. Thanks for watching.